So this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the? You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, a.k.a. BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen. Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Nightwood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my SPR, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
7 C's, 3 G's, navigated with ease. Come along. Take a ride with me, please. I just noticed something. You know, I'm a alliteration head. And Haitian Jack and Jimmy Henchman. Them is bars, alliteration-wise. If you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. For he who has an ear, let him hear. Word to the wise sufficient. I know that might not be everybody's cup of tea, but Haitian Jack, Jimmy Henchman, I get something out of saying those words against each other. But nonetheless, y'all see the title. Yeah, nothing but a history lesson here. He was a bad, cold muff, according to all accounts. So with no further ado, let's see what they say Haitian Jack have been up to.
Every era has its ghost. That one name everyone knows, but no one really understands. In 90s hip hop, that ghost was Haitian Jack. He didn't need a mic to make noise. One minute he's partying with Madonna, the next he's tied to some of rap's darkest moments. Some say he robbed Diddy. Others swear he made Busta Rhymes cry. Tupac called him the devil, yet still ran with him. Even Jay-Z got a little too close for comfort. You've heard the name in bars, interviews, and backroom whispers. But who was Haitian Jack, really? A smooth-talking hustler? A Fed? Or the most dangerous man rap ever crossed paths with? Born in Haiti in 1963, Jacques Agnon, who the streets would later call Haitian Jack, didn't come from a broke background. His family was straight. We're talking well-educated, tight with the right people, and even had ties to President Jean-Claude Baby Doc Duvalier. They had money, status, and access. His older siblings were off chasing big degrees overseas, medicine and all that. The Agnons were living good. But when Duvalier got overthrown in '86, everything flipped. The family had to bounce, landing in Brooklyn. First stop was Bed-Stuy, then they slid over to East Flatbush, an area already bubbling with crime, pressure, and street politics. Jack didn't have it easy early on. When he first touched U.S. soil, he only spoke French, and that language barrier made him a target. He got bullied constantly, chased home from school, and ended up having to fight just to survive. That version of Brooklyn back in the late 70s and early 80s wasn't the gentrified, hipster-friendly borough we know now. It was raw. It was survival mode. Being Haitian in that environment came with its stigma. Haitians were seen as soft targets, but Jamaicans, they had a whole different energy. Jack noticed that quickly and chose to run with the Jamaicans instead. He straight up said the respect they got was the same kind of respect he was chasing. In his own words, he felt like he was raised by wolves. Jack jumped off the porch early. As a teen, he started hitting licks, breaking into apartments, mostly targeting drug dealers. He had a knack for it too. Eventually, he pulled together a crew of straight savages called the Black Mafia. These weren't your average stick-up kids. Jack handpicked the most ruthless dudes across Brooklyn. Names like Tut, Nubs, Stretch, and a few others who moved like they had nothing to lose. They made their money off the streets, and Jack, he was fearless. From his first run-in with a bully, where he pulled a gun, to the day his pops called him the king of the thieves. After Jack retrieved some stolen family belongings, it was clear the streets were shaping his legacy. By the time crack had a chokehold on the city, Jack was already deep in the trenches. Walking into clubs strapped was just part of his routine. His crew was so
He looked devious on that picture right there. I ain't gonna lie, especially for a light-skinned cat.
feared that they'd walk past the line at the hottest NYC spots, press up on drug dealers, snatched their Rolexes and wallets, and nobody dared say a word. Back then, drug dealers were both feared and respected, and Jack, he made a living pressing them. But it wasn't about any Robin Hood fantasy. He did it for the money, and he made a lot of it. That street rep started opening doors in another industry built on respect and survival, hip-hop. He found himself running with people like Mike Tyson and high-profile athletes. Jack had a certain charisma that let him finesse his way into their circles. But if the charm didn't work, the strap did. He basically introduced a new style of extortion, smooth, calculated, but always with the threat of violence behind it. Some say he was the only dude Mike Tyson truly feared. As the late 80s turned...
Do them ties mean that he had tied around his neck? I don't understand them, really understand what they represent. It's not a bow tie, it ain't a necktie. It might be a necktie, or is it like a scarf or a handkerchief tied around the neck? Somebody lace me up. Is that real debonair? Please do share. Oh, my.
Into the 90s, hip-hop got darker. There was more money in the game, and a lot of it needed to be cleaned up. And honestly, turning that dirty street money into music profits was way more appealing than opening a laundromat or some corner store. The lines between the industry and the streets got blurry. A lot of artists, especially the ones coming up from nothing, trusted guys like Haitian Jack more than the execs in suits. Those suits didn't come from the struggle, didn't understand the code, and definitely couldn't protect them when things got real. Haitian Jack didn't start out trying to be a music mogul. That wasn't his goal. But when things got sticky in the industry, whether it was needing protection, handling beef, or making someone disappear, Jack was often the go-to. There's even a story about legendary producer Dallas Austin. A crew from Atlanta once tried to get Jack to apply pressure on Austin. Jack turned them down, not because he wasn't capable, but because he respected Dallas and his grind. That move alone showed that even Jack had his code. But still, Austin walked away with a lesson. Crossing Haitian Jack was never a smart move. And if that doesn't paint the full picture, there's a book called Notorious Cops, written by a former hip-hop cop that goes deep into how the streets and rap collided. It covers everything from Jay-Z's stabbing of Un Rivera to the Hot 97 shootouts, and even Busta Rhymes getting robbed more than once. In one story, Jay-Z gets smacked by Haitian Jack and didn't even flinch. That's how much weight Jack carried. By the early 90s, Haitian Jack was already stamped in New York's nightlife scene. Promoters showed him love, DJs gave him shout-outs, and the who's who, athletes, celebs, all of them, knew who he was. So when he crossed paths with Madonna at a studio down in Atlanta, it wasn't even wild. They vibed off the rip. Jack had that street-flavored charisma, the kind of energy Madonna was known to be into heavy back then. Meanwhile, back in Bed-Stuy, the street...
I heard it said that Madonna used to ride around town in her limo, pull up to a random club when the line was long, see a dude she liked, particularly like Latin, Puerto Rican type dude, just a regular dude in line, call him over to the limousine, shock him that it's Madonna, invite him in, take him, freak him for a weekend, blow his mind, and send him on his way. Oh, my mama. And they trying to get Diddy life for it. It's crazy.
Streets were alive with rap. Boom bap beats and heavy bass lines had the whole block thumping. That was the kind of environment where...
Wait a minute. Tupac had like a little thing with Madonna too. Don't tell me all this is over no pork, no pink meat. Wow. What's going on?
Stars got made where Biggie was just starting to buzz. Haitian Jack made it a point to link with him, and once Big's name started moving, it naturally reached Tupac. That connection brought Pac to Brooklyn, and next thing you know, both of them were on stage together, tearing it down. Now, Tupac and Haitian Jack, their worlds collided because the streets and hip-hop always shared the same oxygen.
Who the dude chunking up the Almost Accident Neighborhood? He got some devious looking eyes too. Pac looked innocent in between them two dudes, like he didn't really know what he was getting into. Oh, mama.
Hustlers, rappers, dealers, they all moved in the same orbit. When Jack and Tupac finally met in '93, both already had strong reputations. Jack on the block, Pac in the headlines. Tupac was catching heat from every angle. He'd already sued the Oakland police for $10 million after they roughed him up over some jaywalking. Then the vice president himself tried to cancel his debut album, blaming it for influencing violence. And after that, more legal trouble, beating down rappers with baseball bats, fighting directors on music video sets. It just kept stacking. They met at a party thrown at the Octagon, a spot where heavyweights in the scene gathered. One of Jack's people introduced them. At the time, Jack barely knew who Tupac was, but Pac's name was buzzing, especially after that wild Halloween shootout in Atlanta. Pac had pulled up on some off-duty cops who had gotten into it with another car. Things escalated quick, shots rang out, and 2 officers got hit. Pac got arrested for it the next day, but made bail fast. It was chaos, but it only made his name hotter in the streets. Once Tupac and Jack got cool, they were inseparable. One night, they hit up Scores, a high-end strip club in Manhattan, sipping $2,600 a bottle, Louis XIII in the VIP section, while watching the Bo versus Holyfield rematch. That's how they moved. Big money, big energy, heavy presence. At the time, Pac was filming Above the Rim, playing a smooth-talking but deadly street dude named Birdie. That character, he was basically Haitian Jack in movie form. Jack had the charm, the look, the fear factor, all of that. Tupac was soaking it all in. His own life had been filled with struggle. His mom battled addiction. His pops wasn't around, and the people closest to him growing up were mostly in the game. So when he linked with Jack, it wasn't just friendship. It was like getting a crash course in real street politics. Jack and Pac fed off each other. Jack provided the access, women, substance, and protection. Tupac took notes, studying every move, trying to embody that New York gangster energy for his role. And even though Pac was already blowing up in music and film, he still couldn't touch the kind of doors Jack could walk through without a second thought. But all that chemistry, it didn't last. On November 18th, 1993, right before Thanksgiving, everything came crashing down. That night sparked one of the most infamous accusations in hip-hop history, and from there, the fallout began. On November 14th, 1993, Haitian Jack and Tupac hit up one of the most exclusive nightclubs in Manhattan, Nell's. This wasn't just any...
Love to hit the nightclub, drinking buzz. It was the death of Tupac. He died on his way to the club. That's crazy. That club on my mama.
Any regular spot. We're talking high-end velvet rope type of place that even turned away big names like Don Johnson and Cher. That night, one of Jack's people introduced Tupac to a 19-year-old woman named Ayanna Jackson. What happened between Jackson and Tupac inside that club? Well, that's where the story starts splitting. Jack claimed Jackson performed on Tupac right there on the dance floor, not even 30 minutes after meeting him. But Jackson had a different version. She said he pushed her head down and that she maybe kissed it before pulling back. Either way, later that night, Tupac invited her back to his suite at the Le Parker Meridian Hotel.
She kissed it. Come on, man. 30 minutes after meeting me, you kissed it without resisting. Of course, I'm thinking it's lit on my mama.
Swanky spot with a room on the 38th floor. According to both sides, they had consensual sex that night. 4 days later, Haitian Jack let Tupac know that Jackson was coming over again. Tupac remembered it being a chill night. Everybody was just vibing, sipping drinks. Biggie Smalls was even around for a minute, supposedly waiting to head with Tupac to a show out in Jersey. But once Jackson showed up, Big left not long after. Jackson said she and Tupac went to his room and she started giving him a massage. Things were getting intimate until out of nowhere, some of Tupac's boys stormed into the room. Jackson turned to see who it was, but before she could react, Tupac grabbed her by her braids and yanked her head back toward him. She said he held her there tight, locking eyes with her while voices in the room started making crude comments about her body. She claimed Tupac told her he was sharing her with his crew. She said she tried to move, but he wouldn't let go. By the end of the night, Jackson accused Tupac, Jack, and the rest of the crew of assault. Tupac's story was different. He said as soon as the group dynamic started shifting, he got uncomfortable, left the room, and went to talk to his publicist. After feeling groggy, he claimed he went to sleep. He said he woke up to Jackson screaming, accusing him of letting the others assault her. Just 4 days later, Tupac, Jack, and another man named Fuller were arrested. The charges were heavy: first-degree sexual abuse, sodomy, and illegal gun possession. When it came time to fight the charges, both Jack and Tupac pulled in top-tier lawyers. Jack had Paul Brenner, who made a smart move. He got Jack's case separated from Pac's. That play paid off. Jack took a 6-month plea deal and walked away light. But Pac, he wasn't so lucky. Prosecutors came down hard. No deals, no breaks. He went to trial, got hit with a guilty verdict, and was just waiting on sentencing. That's when things between them cracked. Pac felt like Jack left him out to dry. In his mind, they were supposed to ride it out together, but when Jack cut his deal and slid off, it hit Pac deep. He stopped answering Jack's calls and backed away from the whole circle. Pac knew Jack could handle doing time, but he wasn't built the same way. And just like that, a solid bond turned cold. Tupac spent most of '94 fighting to clear his name. The idea of being remembered as that kind of dude, it ate him alive. He swore up and down he was innocent, and it hurt him that people doubted it. Then came November 29th. Pac sat down and gave one of the rawest, most unfiltered interviews of his life. He poured it all out, said again that he didn't do it, and you could see the frustration all over him. What really got him heated was how his case was being handled separately from everybody else charged that night. He felt like he was being singled out, and he wasn't quiet about it either. Now here's where it gets even deeper. While Pac was still blowing up in the industry, Mike Tyson, who was locked up at the time, actually reached out and told him he was messing with the wrong type of people. Specifically, he told Pac he was out of his league messing with a dude like Haitian Jack. That warning stuck with Pac. Later on, Pac was out partying with Mickey Rourke, still got Jack heavy on his mind. While they're out, he chops it up with one of Rourke's people, a Daily News reporter named AJ Benza. Pac tells him about that warning Tyson gave him and even goes a step further, says he feels like
AI, you probably should try to spell his name P-O-C, P-O-C-K, but because it wouldn't say Pac. Maybe then it would say Pac. Maybe even P-O, yeah, those are the ways, yeah. P-A-W-K, would say Pac too, probably.
Jack set him up. Now that convo didn't stay behind closed doors. Next thing you know, it's all over page 6 in the New York Post. After that, the streets were locked in. Everybody was paying attention. On the night of November 30th, 1994, things started off cool. Tupac got a call from Ron G, a New York DJ, asking him to swing by for a recording session. What made it different? Pac agreed to do it for free, just showing love to a young up-and-comer. Usually he charged for features, but not this time. Later that night, after he finished recording, he got paged by a rapper named Booker. Booker wanted him to hop on a track with another artist, Little Sean. Tupac said cool, but told him it'd cost $7 grand. Booker agreed and told him to pull up to Quad Studios on 7th Avenue, right in the heart of Times Square. But then things started getting weird. As Pac made his way over, Booker hit him with another call, asking what was taking so long. Then came a third call, this time saying they didn't actually have the money. Tupac wasn't having it. He told him he wasn't recording anything without payment and hung up. Not long after, Booker called again, claiming Uptown Entertainment would cover it and the money would be waiting. With that, Tupac finally decided to head to the studio. It was just after midnight. By 12:16 a.m., Tupac pulled up to Quad Studios with his manager Freddie Moore, his brother-in-law Zayd Turner, rapper Stretch, and his half-sister Sekiwa. They parked the car nearby on West 48th, just a short walk from the studio on 7th. According to police reports, around the same time Tupac and his crew were heading to the entrance, a few members of Junior Mafia, the group Biggie was backing, were smoking on.
That yellow jacket ain't no joke. That's a Easter Sunday's best. That's a little too fly for me. It's fly, but I ain't trying to be that fly. I wear them colors like in some sport gear, but not in no dress clothes. Oh, my mama.
A terrace above 48th Street. They spotted Pac and shouted down to greet him, then ran back inside to let people know he had arrived. Inside the studio, the energy was lit. Word had already spread that Tupac was showing up, and the spot was packed. On another floor, Biggie and Puffy were busy working on the video for Biggie's track, Warning. Quad Studios was huge, split across 5 floors, each with its own sessions going on. As Tupac and his crew got to the lobby, they noticed 2 black men near the elevator wearing army fatigues, a look commonly tied to Brooklyn street crews. Another guy was off to the side, pretending to read a newspaper. But Tupac didn't trip. He figured they were probably security for Biggie, especially after Little Cease had just shouted down at him from upstairs. They buzzed in through the intercom and walked toward the elevator. That's when it all went left. According to reports, those three men, including the one acting like he was just reading, suddenly jumped them. Two of them pulled identical guns. They told Tupac to hit the floor and started demanding jewelry and cash. Tupac reached for his gun tucked in his waistband, but before he could draw, they let off shots. One hit him in the groin and went through his thigh, damaging a testicle.
Ouch. And he never had no babies.
Then they beat him down and kept taking his chains. Another shot hit him in the chest. In total, Pac got hit 5 times, twice in the head, twice in the groin.
I know a female told me Pac let him see all that, where it happened at. We used to be at Death Row together all the time, and then she was actually there when he was there, unlike myself. And she used to just tell me stories about how they used to just chill, chop it up, and she said he showed him all that shit. Oh, my mama.
And once in his hand. Freddie Moore got hit in the stomach, but somehow none of those wounds turned out fatal. The robbers got away with close to $35,000 in gold from Pac alone. Rings, bracelets, heavy chains, and about $5,000 worth from Freddie. As the attackers fled, Freddie tried chasing after them, but collapsed from the gunshot wound right in front of the strip club next door. Meanwhile, Tupac was dragged into the elevator and taken up to the 8th floor studio for help. That floor was filled with big names, including Biggie and Puffy. Tupac would later say the vibe when he came out of that elevator was strange. Nobody moved, nobody helped. They just stared like they couldn't believe he was still alive. The only one who showed real emotion was Little Sean, who broke down crying. That moment locked in Pac's suspicion. He believed Biggie and Puffy knew something. Whether they stayed quiet or were part of the setup, he couldn't say for sure, but trust was already broken. Pac got someone to roll him a joint while he made a call, either to his mom or girlfriend. After that, he called 911. When the police arrived, he recognized a few faces. 2 of the first 4 officers on the scene, William and Joseph Kelly, were familiar, and right behind them was Officer Craig McKernan, who had supervised them during Tupac's earlier arrest and even testified at his trial. Pac, bloody and barely dressed, greeted McKernan. The officer told him to hang in there while EMTs worked on him. They braced his neck and got him ready to move, but the stretcher didn't fit in the elevator, so they had to stand him up. McKernan even helped carry him out the building, past the photographer snapping pictures. Tupac, true to form, hit them with a middle finger. He was rushed to Bellevue Hospital, where trauma chief Dr. Leon Proctor called it a low-caliber hit, saying if the bullets had been high caliber, Pac would have been dead. He was still bleeding the next afternoon, and at 1:30 p.m., a team of 12 doctors had to operate on a damaged artery in his leg. By 4 p.m., surgery was done. Then, in true rebel fashion, Tupac checked himself out just 2 hours later, against doctors' warnings. His mother, Afeni, rolled him out the back door in a wheelchair, ducking press and cameras waiting out front. The very next day, after getting shot, December 1st, 1994, Tupac pulled up to court in a wheelchair, fresh bandages and all. Man wasn't trying to miss that Parker Meridian verdict for nothing. Both he and Charles Fuller were found guilty on 2 counts of sexual abuse, but they beat the other charges. When sentencing came around in February 95, Tupac apologized to the woman involved, but still stood firm that he didn't commit a crime. He later admitted the whole thing was one of the biggest regrets of his life, not because he believed he was guilty of what they pinned on him, but because of the way he acted and who he led around him. He felt like he failed to speak up, failed to protect, and was too focused on being accepted in that moment. On February 7th, 1995, the judge handed Tupac 18 months to 4.5 years. Meanwhile, Haitian Jack, he walked out with probation and a $1,000 fine after copping to 2 misdemeanors. But the whole Tupac and Haitian Jack thing wasn't just about court dates. It ran way deeper. Even Madonna got caught up in it. She and Pac had a little thing going on for a minute. Why did it end? Depends on who you ask. According to Jack, Madonna started seeing through the image. People around her were saying Pac's whole thug vibe was just for show. But Jack claims she caught on, realized he was the one actually living that life. while Pac was just rapping about it. Then things got messy. Word got back to Pac that people were saying Madonna and Jack were messing around. That lit a fire under him. Tupac lashed out, throwing disrespect in all directions toward Jack, toward Madonna, the whole situation. But Jack wasn't the type to let that slide. He made it clear he didn't play with emotions, and he wasn't about to let anybody talk reckless without consequences. While locked up on Rikers, on the same day he gave that iconic Vibe interview, Tupac wrote Madonna a letter. He apologized for how things ended, admitting part of the breakup was because he didn't want to be judged for being with a white woman. But what hurt him was seeing her brag in an interview about rehabilitating rappers and ball players. That hit his pride hard, and it pushed him to lash out. But the real weight came at the bottom of that letter. Tupac added a chilling postscript asking Madonna if she had any information on Jack and his crew, saying it could be a matter of life and death. That line said it all. Pac wasn't just emotional, he was scared. He felt something deeper was going on. What makes it even wilder is that Haitian Jack was tied to two of the most pivotal moments in Tupac's life. Between that hotel room incident and the shooting at Quad Studios, everything shifted. Tupac ended up locked up. Jack didn't. That alone was enough to leave a bad taste. And Pac never let that go. He even ended up pointing fingers at Biggie Smalls, claiming he had something to do with setting him up, even though Biggie was just upstairs recording at the time it all went down. That moment helped spark one of the biggest beefs in hip-hop history, and Haitian Jack was right there in the middle of it. You see, a lot of people think the East Coast-West Coast beef kicked off when Suge Knight got on stage at the Source Awards in August '95 and threw shots at Bad Boy. And yeah, that was a bold moment. It let everybody know tension was real.
Haitian Jack and Jimmy Henchman, were they contemporaries, homies, partners? Did they fuck around? Or was they enemies? Do y'all know? If so, let me know in the comments. Just a question.
But the truth is, that was just the spark. The real fire started a month later on September 23rd, 1995. That same night, Biggie was out in LA clowning around and making a funny cameo on the sitcom Martin. But while people were laughing on TV, something deadly serious was going down in Atlanta. Both the Death Row and Bad Boy camps had pulled up to Jermaine Dupri's birthday party. The vibe was supposed to be celebratory, but with all that ego and past tension in one room, it didn't take long for things to shift. Haitian Jack was in the building and saw it unfold firsthand. Suge Knight and Puff got into it heavy, yelling, barking like it could have turned physical any second. And then outside, in the parking lot, things went left. Suge's close friend, Jake Robles, ended up getting shot and killed. People on the street immediately started pointing fingers, with a lot of the blame landing on Puff's right-hand man and bodyguard, Anthony Wolf Jones. Whether true or not, that moment shifted everything. The Source Awards was just industry drama on display, but this was blood on the pavement. And from that point on, the tension between Death Row and Bad Boy wasn't just about bars anymore. It turned into straight-up street warfare. And over the next year, things only got darker. Tupac got killed in '96, and just 6 months later, Biggie was gone too. After Tupac was killed, the first album to drop posthumously was the Don Columinati, The 7-Day Theory, released on November 5th. One of the tracks on there, Against All Odds, shook the whole industry. This wasn't just some diss record. This was Tupac calling out real street figures by name. He pointed fingers at Haitian Jack and Jimmy Henchman, claiming they were behind the setup that led to him getting shot. He even accused Jack of being a federal informant. Now, Pac wasn't new to throwing shots. That infamous Hit 'em Up track going at Biggie proved that. But Against All Odds was different. This was the first time a rapper ever used a track to come at actual gangsters, dudes who didn't just play tough on records, they lived it. Haitian Jack.
A real lie tell about a snitch named Haitian Jack. Knew he was working for the feds, same trial, different crime, same crime, different trial. Nigga, picture what he said. And did I mention, promise to pay back to me, henchman, in due time. I know you bitch niggas is listening. The world is mine, set me up, wet me up. Niggas touch me up, hurt the guns, butts. But you niggas never shut me up, touch what of mine. On everything I love will destroy everything you touch. Play the game, nigga, all out warfare, eye for eye, last words to a bitch, nigga. Why you lie? Now you gotta watch your back now, watch your front. Last guns, gone, shots to tuck. Now you stuck. Rap gang, nigga, this MOB. So believe me, we enemies. I go against all odds.
Jimmy Henchman, and Walter King Tut Johnson all got name dropped. And even though Pac had already passed when it dropped, his message was raw and direct. He wasn't holding back. In 1997, Jack filed a $200 million libel suit against Tupac's estate, Death Row Records, and Interscope. He said, against all odds, put his life in danger and messed with his ability to work. But the courts weren't rocking with it. That case got dismissed in December 1998. But even with all that street history, Jack wasn't just some dude hanging around Pac. His music game had real weight. He worked with heavy hitters like Clive Davis and the Fugees. In '99, after Puff Daddy busted a champagne bottle over Steve Stout's head, Stout brought Jack in for security. Word on the street, Puff was so spooked, he handed Jack 10 racks and his Rolex just to keep things peaceful. Still, all that legit money didn't feed the hunger the way the streets did. Jack admitted it. Back when he was robbing drug dealers, he could make millions off one hit. The music checks were nice, but they didn't bring that same rush. He started feeling like he missed that old life. Eventually, everything finally came crashing down in 2004 after a nightclub shooting out in LA, which got him locked up. Then in 2007, they deported him, and he hasn't stepped foot on US soil since. These days, Jack says he's living good out in the Dominican Republic. He's got the houses, the cars, the comfort. He's straight, but even with all that, he admits it still doesn't measure up to the life he once had. When they asked what he misses most, he didn't hesitate. His family and his money, in that order. What are your thoughts on this story? Appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more.
Yeah, that. Send your troops, cause we get busy, we don't play about shit. Let the busters off the hook and catch the big fish. Yeah, that. Send your troops, cause we get busy, we don't play about shit. Let the busters off the hook and catch the big fish. Patron with the lemon twist, just hit a big lick. All in Vegas got me feeling like a rich crip. Hold on, same jersey, I ain't never switched. Stay at the gun range, I promise I don't never miss. I dare a nigga to pull up on my passenger seat. The block full of hot boys, it's like 400 degrees. Been gangbanging since a juvenile, check the files. It's gonna be some shit you gon' see that make it hard to smile. Like Pac said, a whole lot of bloodshed, it's part of war. Like UPS, show up at your door, special delivery. Mac with the shoulder strap, feeling like it's 10 of me. Bomb cushion Hennessy in my system, that chopper got distance. No James Bond, but I'm back on my mission. My uniform be the Michigan, counting money. And ain't gon' post it on my Snapchat to count funny. Hell no, I know my mathematics, be in public. They always ask me if I'm still rapping, still crippin'. I ain't no rapper, better check my status. Show up at the meetings, phone season be the reason. Baby mama still can't believe that nigga stop breathing. We don't wanna get even, we tryna get over. It's war with the enemies, but with the homies, squabble from the shoulder. I hit a lick and pass, call my low like nigga we up. Feeling like Kobe in the last game. Cause I go hard in the clutch. These niggas mutts, I hang with pit bulls and Rottweilers. Type to squabble up and bomb on niggas like Deontay Wilder. That 40 barking and get louder and louder. Shot spotters going off. The neighbors waking up and coming out of their houses. Yeah, this shit fucked up. That's just how the ball bounce. Shooting dice for 4 hours and smoked up a whole ounce. Popped the top off the Remy, feeling like that Charger with the Hemi. Squabble good, losses I can't name any. Chin up, chest out. Niggas just be chasing clout. Better use that GPS, I make a nigga switch routes. Free the tiny match like Baby Psych and Bad News. Hurt my motherfucking soul when I heard that bad news. Shining with a rollie on, smash like Donkey Kong. Every time we went on them missions, we brought a trophy home, a lonely road. Nightmares that the homie told, cause I fucked the bitch that he loved, and I ain't even know it. I've been through so much pain, but I don't even show it. Don't ask me if I want some get back, nigga, you know it. It's part of war. Show up at your front door. It's part of war. What the fuck you think we do it for? It's part of war. Little homies trying to up the score. It's part of war. My nigga, we love war.
Snakewood and that puzzle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
It was SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch.
Spider Low, Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
It's Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the? Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nightblood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke. Spider Loke, huh? Nightblood on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!
That video right there at the bottom, that's the one. Click it. YouTube says so. You're gonna love it. Oh, my mama. Cheated.